said that Elisa had told them.
And no one never tried to question this nigga. Nothing. She told the teachers, her boyfriend, and no one tried to, no CPS, nothing was involved. Hey, what is good, YouTube? It is your boy, A Reco, back with another video, man. We got a reaction video from Anna Solves, the TikTok that solves a girl's 20-year-old case. Let's get into it.
To do?
Just bring attention to Alyssa.
How are you going to do this?
Take a shotgun and blow my head off. That's what I tried to do in '94.
Everyone thought that she just ran away. 7 years later, that's when they sat me down, told me that my father had been molesting Alyssa for our entire lives.
Imagine finding out that your own dad might be responsible for your sister's death. What would you do? The girl in this case was only 12 when her sister mysteriously disappeared. But as she got older, she realized that the man she had looked up to all her life was hiding a really dark secret. And it was up to her to expose him. Let's dive into the case of the girl who solved her sister's 20-year-old cold case by TikTok.
Dad's a pervert.
Oh, I heard about this.
Elisa Turney was born in Paradise Valley, Arizona on April 3rd, 1984. When she was 3 years old, her mom, Barbara Stram, married a guy named Michael Turney, a former deputy sheriff that she thought was her knight in shining armor.
You gotta watch out for those sheriffs, bro. You gotta watch out for those sheriffs. Those sheriffs, they're the worst niggas. They're the worst. Law enforcement niggas, man, those niggas be the worst. It be them and them preacher niggas, man. They be acting all. Nah, bro, they don't be. It be all that.
Michael adopted Elisa, and the couple had their daughter together, Sarah, in 1988. Sadly, when Elisa was only 8 and Sarah was 4, their mom died of lung cancer, leaving Elisa and her sister in the care of Michael. Sarah said that she and Elisa, although would fight like normal siblings, were very close.
Yeah, all siblings going to fight, so that goes with every sibling. No matter if y'all 12 years, 10 years, 5 years apart, y'all gonna always bicker. Not every day, but like every now and then, y'all gonna bicker. Siblings are just that's sibling shit.
She and Elisa, although would fight like normal siblings, were very close. She described her sister as loving and kind, but strong. After their mom died, Elisa became like a second mother to Sarah, teaching her everything that she knew.
She was like every girl in the early, 2000s with silver eyeshadow and bracelets all up her arm and a big, huge smile. In my life, there was no one cooler than Alyssa.
According to Sarah, Elisa always wanted to be a mom and had even took child development class in school.
Is that Elisa or Alyssa? Because, God, y'all got the name mixed up, ain't it?
Elisa always wanted to be a mom and had even
than Alyssa. And bracelets all up her arm and a big, huge smile. In my life, there was no one cooler than Alyssa.
According to Sarah, Elisa always wanted to be a mom and had even took child development class in school. When this incident happened, Elisa was 17 years old, had a boyfriend, and worked part-time at a fast food restaurant. She was described as a normal, spirited teenager with a rebellious streak. She experimented with pot and sometimes skipped classes, though she was a good student.
All kids done that before. They all skip school before, did weed before. That don't make her a bad kid.
Experimented with pot and sometimes skipped classes, though she was a good student. Elisa's friend said that Michael was a strict parent who regularly searched Elisa's belongings, monitored her phone calls, and sat outside the restaurant where she worked to see what she was up to. Interestingly, Michael was not as controlling and possessive of his daughter Sarah as he was with Elisa. Sarah would later say in an interview with NBC's Dateline, he was always frantic about her, always had to know where she was and what she was doing. He was very overbearing, but he wasn't like that with me. On May 17th, 2001, Elisa had just finished.
Damn, this happened right after I've been born. This happened a few days. I was born on the 12th. This happened on the 17th. Oh shit.
Finished her junior year at Paradise Valley High School. Sarah said that she remembered that her sister was super excited for summer and was planning to attend a graduation party later that evening, but she never did. In fact, no one would ever see her again. Later that evening, Sarah and her dad got home and found Elisa's usually neat room in a mess, and Elisa was nowhere to be found.
That's a big red flag. That's a big red flag. That's how I know for sure that my people's is not good. If I know they are like a neat freak in their room or anywhere that they put themselves into, and I know they be there consistently and it's messy, I'm calling the cops. No ifs, ands, or buts, because I don't think something's completely wrong, because I know for sure that you're not even a messy person, so why would I even second guess myself and be like, oh, she was just looking, or he was just looking. Nah, I'm gonna call the police. No cap. Like, I'm gonna think that something went terribly wrong, like someone ransacked their house, took them. I'm gonna think the worst. No cap.
They tried calling her phone, but her phone buzzed inside the room on her dresser. Beside it was a note addressed to them that read, Dad and Sarah, when you dropped me off from school today, I decided I am going.
The dad tried to make it seem like she ran away. Man, how did they not find this out of 2001? I know they had a good enough DNA stuff to figure out that's not her handwriting, because, bro, what?
Going to California. Sarah, you said you really wanted me gone? Now you have it. That's why I saved my money. Dad, I took $300 from you. Elisa. The handwriting was definitely Elisa's, and this looked like something that she would do since she was always talking about going to California to stay with her aunt. However, it was later revealed that she had actually signed the note at a different time than when she had written it. Michael immediately called the cops to report Elisa as a runaway. The police didn't have any reason to believe otherwise, so they didn't even bother to look into the case. Michael said that he dropped Elisa off in
we gotta start putting these police, we gotta start making these niggas accountable, bro. These niggas be holding off on cases and then they'll turn out dead, just like the Celeste case, bro. Even though that's a whole different thing, it's kind of like the same thing. Like, bro, y'all be holding off on stuff for so long, and then when a person wind up dead, it's just like, oh, we could have did this, we could have did that. Like, bro, y'all could have did all this in the beginning. That's why I do not trust the police. Never will.
In the morning like he usually does, then picked her up early to go for lunch. However, during the meal, Michael said in an interview with ABC News that the two got into an argument because Elisa wanted more freedom. I told her that as long
Red flag number 2. The messy room, and they've been arguing. Come on, man.
as you're under my roof, you're going to have to check in with Daddy, because Daddy is a nervous wreck if you don't. She was definitely upset. Michael claimed that when they got home, Elisa was still upset and she stormed off into her room. He left her there to go pick up Sarah and run some errands. He tried contacting Elisa several times when he was gone, but she didn't answer the phone. However, Sarah said that her dad was actually late that day in picking her up and that she had to go to a friend's house nearby, which is where he came and picked her up. She remembered that her dad was frantic that Elisa wasn't picking up his calls. The police never investigated or followed up on this claim, so the case went cold. On the other hand, Michael was all over the place trying to find Elisa, going from house to house looking for her, and passing out flyers, asking if anyone had seen her. He even traveled to California several times to search for her. He had flyers stuck to the dashboard of his truck for years. He'd tell everyone and anyone about Elisa. He talked about her constantly at the pharmacy, at the bank, at the grocery store. With hindsight, he made a fuss with everyone other than the police. A week after she disappeared, Michael told the police that he received a call from a payphone in California. He said that the conversation was scrambled, but he realized that it was Elisa, and she told him to leave her alone, and hung up. Elisa's case remained classified as a runaway, with most people believing that she wanted to get away from her strict stepfather and get a fresh start in California. But as months turned into years without anyone hearing from her, this began to look less and
like if y'all never heard anything from her, I mean, I understand that she want to live another life, but bro, I'm gonna at least contact one person throughout my even though her mom grandma, someone that's I'm close with in my family. I'm going to contact them at least once throughout the month or something. Like, y'all should have known that she was dead or missing or something, bro.
And less likely. Elisa had a boyfriend, siblings, and friends that she was really close to, but she never mentioned wanting to run away from any of them. None of them also heard anything from her after she went missing. Also, Elisa had left most of her belongings behind, including her cell phone and makeup, and had
Red flag number 3. Leave his stuff behind. And she claimed that she was moving to Cali. I mean, I understand getting new clothes. And she left $1,800 in her bank account? Come on. Come on, man. Red flags everywhere.
not touched the $1,800 in her bank account. It was also discovered that Elisa never went to her aunt's place. So, where was she? The police still did nothing for almost 6 years, until 2006, when a man in Florida confessed that he had killed Elisa. The guy was in prison after being arrested for killing another woman a few months after Elisa went missing. On seeing Elisa's picture in an old newspaper, he allegedly turned to a guard and said that he had killed Elisa. However, he could not really describe Elisa, and on further interrogation, it turned out to be a false confession. Still, this helped to bring Elisa's case back into the spotlight and brought out some friends and family who started making some disturbing allegations about Elisa's relationship with her stepfather, saying that Michael might have been abusing Elisa. Elisa's boyfriend told the police that she had once confided in him that Michael had once taken her out to some deserted place and violated her. One of Elisa's teachers and friends told the police the same thing. Some friends even said that Elisa had told them.
And no one never tried to question this nigga. Nothing. She told the teachers, her boyfriend, and no one tried to, no CPS, nothing that was involved. They failed this girl, man. Rest in peace, rest in peace.
Teachers and friends told the police the same thing. Some friends even said that Elisa had told them that one night she had woken up to find herself gagged and bound to a chair with her stepfather on top of her. Michael denied all these accusations against him, saying that he was a good father to Elisa and he had never hurt her in any way. It was later revealed that a year before Elisa went missing, Michael had called Child Protective Services to tell them that if Elisa ever called them to report a complaint against him, she was lying. In 2008,
Whoa. What? I didn't even know you could have did that. What? They failed this girl. They failed this little girl. I mean, she was a little girl, but they failed her, bro. Rest in peace, man.
Elisa went missing, Michael had called Child Protective Services to tell them that if Elisa ever called them to report a complaint against him, she was lying. In 2008, investigators from Phoenix Police Department Missing Persons Unit opened Elisa's case and began looking into Michael. They got a search warrant to search the home where Elisa had lived and the home across the street where her family had later moved to. While searching the house, investigators found many videotapes of Elisa dating back to the 1980s. One even captures Elisa and her boyfriend making out. But, suspiciously, there were no videos of the day Elisa disappeared. Police would also find lots of homemade contracts written by Michael and signed by Elisa, stating that he had never abused her. On further searching of the house, police found a large stock of handmade explosives and high-caliber rifles, as well as 2 handmade silencers and a van filled with gasoline. Michael himself was also carrying a knife, 2 loaded guns, and 7 magazines of ammunition when he was arrested. The police also found a 98-page manifesto titled Diary of a Madman Martyr, written by Michael as he tried to explain why he had all these weapons in his house. In the document, he accused the Internation Brotherhood of Electrical Workers of being behind Elisa's kidnapping and murder. Michael had
Nigga, you was behind it, nigga. You were behind it, nigga. You are a madman. You are a crazy ass toxic individual, and that's what's even your actual daughter. That's what made it. I mean, that doesn't make it worse, because it would have been worse if that was his actual kid. But I don't know what to say. It's like, fuck, man, damn, man, rest in peace.
Electrical workers of being behind Elisa's kidnapping and murder. Michael had worked as an electrician in the 1980s and complained about the poor working conditions. When Elisa disappeared, he told the police that he thought the union held a grudge against him and wanted to punish him by taking Elisa. In the manifesto, he claimed that he had killed 2 assassins responsible for his stepdaughter's death and that Elisa was buried in Desert Center, California. He further wrote that
that's probably true that she's probably buried in the desert, but nah, bro, you did that, bro.
he planned to blow up the Union Hall in revenge and then gun down any survivor before ending his own life. The police believe they may have stopped him just in time, as they found the weapons and explosives on December 11th, and the next Union meeting was scheduled for December the 15th. In an interview with ABC News, Michael denied wanting to blow up the Union building, but admitted that he was going to end his life in order to bring attention to Elisa's case.
So what were you planning to do?
Just bring attention to Alyssa.
How are you going to do this?
Take a shotgun and blow my head off. That's what I tried to do in '94.
In March 2010, Michael pleaded guilty to possession of unregistered explosives. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison,
Only 10
though he
years?
only served 7 years before he was released in 2017.
I mean, look at his skin color, but what? Only 10 years? But let a nigga walk around with a bomb strapped to their chest.
Meanwhile, Elisa's little sister Sarah believed that her dad had something to do with Elisa's disappearance.
Oh, yeah.
She started a Justice for Lisa blog page and Facebook page and reached out to several media houses and true crime communities to share her story and beliefs. She even started a podcast called Voices for Justice to ensure that her sister's case reached as many people as possible.
In 2001, my sister Alyssa Turney went missing. She was 17 and I was 12. She was basically the only mom I ever had. But everyone thought that she just ran away, and the police didn't even look into it until 2008, 7 years later. That's when they sat me down, told me that my father had been molesting Alyssa for our entire lives. They told me I had a sister I didn't know about, and that they were raiding our home right that minute, looking for evidence that he killed my sister.
After her dad was released, she went and confronted him, asking if he had anything to do with her sister's disappearance, and his answer was just insane. But the breakthrough came in April of 2020, when Sarah began posting on TikTok. She shared the story on TikTok, including one video where Elisa is heard saying, "Dad's a pervert."
Cookie. Dad! Dad! Dad's a pervert.
The case blew up after this, getting millions of views. And in August 2020, Michael was arrested and indicted by a grand jury on second-degree murder charges against Elisa. What do you think about this case? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.
Oh man, second degrees. Oh man, I do not like that, but at least he's locked up. At least he's locked. Hopefully he's still locked up. I have seen this one. That one was really fucked up. Kill her damn daughter over a nigga. Some people don't deserve to have parents. I mean, some people don't deserve to have kids, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. Some parents don't deserve to have kids, and that's why I wish in this world that you could just choose your parent. But you can't. And that's the sad thing about this world. There's so many fucked up things about this world, and that's one of them. You cannot choose your parents because you end up in a fucked up situation and you can't get yourself out of it. Even if you go to your grandparents, it's probably going to be passed down trauma, and it will happen there. So it's like, man, rest in peace to that little girl. Rest in peace to the girl, man. Rest in peace to her, man. Like, share, comment, all that good shit, man. I'm out.